Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the new features that are now available in Google Classroom. I'm going to go ahead and launch Chrome and then sign in to classroom.google.com. I'll go ahead and jump into one of my classes. And the first feature we're going to look at is the ability to post a question to your class stream at any time. To do this, navigate to the bottom right corner of your screen and click the plus icon. You'll see I can choose to create an announcement, I can create an assignment, I can reuse a previous post, or I can create a question, which is what I want to do. I'll click Create Question, I'll fill out my title, and I'll use the second line here for some additional instructions. You can see I have an option to set a due date for this question. I'll say this should be due on the 19th at 10 a.m. I'll hit save. And just like posting an announcement or an assignment, I can choose to upload a file, I can attach a Google Drive item, I can add a YouTube video, or attach a link. I also have the option to choose which classes I post this question to, but for now I only want to post to this class. I can also choose to post this question now, or save it as a draft and post it later. I already have a question posted in my stream, so let's take a look at what we can see when we open up the question. In my student answers page, you can see that I have only 2 students that have completed this. I can choose to see all of my students, or I can filter based on students who are done and not done. I can choose whether or not I want to grade their responses to this question. I'll leave it at 100, and I'll give the student a grade. In the top right corner, I can click my settings for this question, allowing students to edit their answers and decide whether or not I want them to see and reply to each other's answers. I can also download question grades or download all grades. The next feature we're going to look at is the Classroom Calendar. Google Classroom now has a calendar for each class, making it easier to keep track of all your assignments, questions, and their due dates. I'll come up to my menu in the top left corner and choose Calendar. The calendar gives me a weekly view of all my assignments and due dates. Now I'm logged in as a teacher, but this setting works exactly the same for student accounts. Whatever classes they're a part of, those assignments will be listed just like this. You can see I have several assignments due this week, but you'll also notice that each assignment is color-coded for its respective class. I can also filter my assignments based on class. If I want to see only the assignments that are due for my Technology Essentials class, I'll come up to All Classes and choose Technology Essentials. If I click on an assignment, it will take me directly to that post in my classroom. The Classroom Calendar is a great way to keep track of all your assignments and due dates from one location rather than having to jump back and forth from one stream to the next. The last feature we're going to look at is one that many teachers have asked me about in the past: having the ability to return doc ownership to a student. When a student submits an assignment for a grade, they no longer have editing permissions on that file. The teacher is now the owner, and the student can only view the file. They cannot make changes. Prior to this release, a teacher could make comments on the doc, but then the student would have to go back into Classroom and unsubmit their files so that they could retain ownership and make the desired changes. If I click into one of my assignments, I can now select a student on the left and click Return at the top to return the doc to the student. Classroom lets me know that the student will be notified via email, the student will regain ownership, and then can resubmit their new copy. Classroom also lets me know that this file was resubmitted. Keep in mind that Google Classroom is still relatively new, and they're constantly working to push out features that work for you and your classes. You can always load your dashboard and click the question mark down in the bottom left corner to make a suggestion on how they can make Classroom even better.